Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our automated portfolio series. So, this is a video that I wanted to record because of what happened on February 23rd. For anyone who's watching the market, we had so much volatility on February 23rd that a lot of stocks just dropped. So what I did was, although things dropped out automatically, I wanted to show what happens when you don't have a triple percent trail stop or when you don't have protection on your portfolio, right? So as you may remember, we were up to $503,000 based on what I was following on the video that I created on Friday of last week or on Sunday, but it had the data from Friday. So what happened was that we had a lot of volatility on Monday, and as you can see, all of these stocks just dropped in price, and because of that, we ended up falling from 503 to 496. But because I had the trail stops on my portfolio, that didn't really affect us. Actually, what happened was that we ended up selling a lot of the stocks that dropped in price by more than 3% sold automatically. So all of the ones that you see here now that show zero on them is because they were automatically sold out, which means that as soon as the 3% trail stop hit, it goes from an order that is pending to an active order on the market, and then it gets sold at the price that is the next available once it drops to that 3% from the peak, right? So not from the time that you purchase, but from the peak. So that means that all of the stocks that you see here actually sold out of the portfolio. So that allowed us to keep stable pricing. And then, as always, we reward the winners, right? We rewarded the ones that were doing well on this day. So now what happens is that anything that you see here that has 200 or more is because it was doing well. So as you may remember from our series, we had sold Seneca Food Corp, but Seneca started to do well again. That's why we keep track of the remove 3% drop, right? So now when I was looking at what was available, I saw that Seneca was moving up again and that it had already hit bottom and that it was no longer doing this. So what happened is that I looked at our entire list and I noticed what it was doing. Now, of course, you're gonna have some stocks that are gonna perform well and some stocks that are not gonna perform as well. But these ones are from the ones that we had for the 3% drop. So what does that mean? That means that these particular stocks that are here, some of them are rebounding, but a lot of them, if you notice, they're still below 3%. So that means that if you would have kept them, for example, if we would have kept this one, we would be at 1.4% loss from the time that it hit the highest mark. So that's why we sell this ones. The only ones that would really be performing better would be this one, Javel Inc., and this one, Taiwan Semiconductors. So, anyways, this is why they are here on the 3% loss that we're showing. And so, what does that mean? That means that the 3% trail stop helped us so that we wouldn't lose money, and it allowed us to save $10,000. As you can see the difference here. This is 496, which is what happened on February 23rd. This is when everything just dropped. And now the automated portfolio that has all of these safeguards on it, and then we do a little bit of manual tweaking in order to decide what to purchase, is at 506. So we have actually made $3,000 from the last time that we recorded on Friday until today. And this is a combination of things that have sold out of the portfolio and things that have been purchased that has gone up in price. And as I always say, you want to get rid of your losers and you want to reward your winners. So how are we doing in comparison to the S&P 500? Well, over the last 2 weeks, this portfolio has gained 2.08, while the S&P has lost 0.059. So we are still above the mark, which is to try to beat the market. Thank you for watching.